We are ready to start adding orders to our application, and we will need a new order controller for that to happen. So I've created an order controller and I'm copying the add category method from the category controller and pasting it into the order controller. And then I'll change the names as needed. And instead of adding an order, I'm going to add a list of order products. And that's just to illustrate that I can create a new record in different ways. And since I'm adding a new list, I need to call the method addRange instead of just add. Then I need to create an order service. And here I'll also have an insert order method. And in this method, I'm declaring a variable called products that will come from the result of calling a method that I'll create called getProductsForOrder. And I can do that using Visual Studio's method generator. And in this method, I'm going to create a list of order products. And then I'll ask the user which product they want to purchase. However, since they might purchase more than one product, I need to keep the order open until the user said it's finished. And that's a perfect use for a while loop, which will depend on this boolean that I've created, is order finished. And each order product will have an order attached to it. So I have to create an order object, which will have a created date, which will be the date time of my system. And then we can create the while loop. So while our boolean is false, we're going to get a product choice using a method we already have, the getProductOption input. At the moment, this method can't be found since it's private, but if we make it internal, then it's accessible from another class. Then we need to add a quantity. So all we need to do is to ask using NZ-console, and this question will return an integer. Then we will say what's the new total price, which is going to be based on the amount of products multiplied by the product price and added to the current price. So what does that mean? For each product, we have to check the current total price of that order and sum with the total price of the product we're choosing. And that's in between parentheses. And then we will finally add a new object to the list of order products. So the order associated with that order product will be the order that was created just above. Then we have a product ID, which will be from the product chosen by the user, and the quantity we have just defined from the user input. And once we create this order product, we need to ask the user if the order is finished. So if they respond to the question, would you like to add more products? If they say yes, then we set the boolean to true and we exit the loop. If they say no, we run the loop again, which means that we'll get another product. And if we do say that there are no more products, we will have to return the list of products. Of course, we need to create an order menu in the enums class, and at this stage it only has two options, the add order or go back. Then we will add that third menu to the choices in the initial menu. And then we will create a new method that will run the orders menu. And I'm going to copy and paste the logic from the products menu and modify so it suits the order menu. And before we run the app, we cannot forget to change the return type of the get products for order to list of order products. So let's see if that works. I chose the manage order option, and now I'm going to choose add order. Then I'm going to choose cappuccino, and I'll get asked how many. Then I'm asked if I want to keep going with the order, and I'll choose another product, apple juice, choose the quantity, and now I will choose to close that order, and let's see if it was added to the database. And if we look at the order products table, we can see that our order products were added. We have two records with the same order ID, but different products and different quantities. And that's what we wanted. Next, let's see how we can retrieve those orders.